8 habits of people who always let others go ahead in line, and what they reveal about you. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where someone steps aside to let you go ahead in line, whether it's at a store, on the street, or even in a simple waiting situation? You might think little of it at the moment, but there's often much more beneath the surface when people regularly exhibit this behavior. Letting others go ahead in line is not just a small act of kindness. It speaks volumes about their personality, beliefs, and the way they view themselves in the world. For those who naturally exhibit this behavior, it's not just about politeness. It's often the result of deeply ingrained habits and emotional dynamics. In this blog, we will explore these 8 subtle habits and provide deeper insights into what they reveal about the people who are likely to let others go ahead in line. 1. A high level of empathy, understanding others' needs before their own. Empathy is one of the most profound emotional traits that people who let others go ahead tend to possess. These individuals are not just aware of others' immediate needs. They sense the feelings and circumstances that others may be experiencing without the need for verbal cues. In many cases, it's not about who's next in line, but about who may need to move forward more urgently, such as an elderly person, a person with children, or someone who seems to be in a rush. Deeper insight. Empathic people have finely tuned emotional awareness. They instinctively understand the needs of others, often putting themselves in others' shoes, even if they don't express it outwardly. It's not just a momentary thought. They experience others' feelings as their own, which drives them to make selfless decisions, even when it costs them. This empathy extends to how they treat others in every aspect of their lives, whether it's in personal relationships, work, or daily encounters. People with this level of empathy are often seen as compassionate, deeply caring, and intuitive. However, there's a potential downside. If empathy is not balanced with self-awareness, it can lead to burnout or neglect of their own needs. For these individuals, understanding that it's okay to assert themselves is a critical step in maintaining balance. 2. A tendency to avoid conflict, the peacekeepers of society. For some, letting others go ahead in line isn't just about kindness, it's about avoiding conflict. These individuals have an intrinsic aversion to tension and confrontation. They may feel that asserting their position or taking what is rightfully theirs could create discomfort, whether for themselves or the person involved. Deeper insight. Conflict avoiders often prioritize peace and harmony over their own needs or desires. They fear upsetting the social balance and may go out of their way to maintain smooth interpersonal relations, even at the expense of their own time, energy, or resources. This avoidance behavior can sometimes manifest in larger social dynamics, where individuals shy away from difficult conversations or uncomfortable decisions. While conflict avoidance can keep interactions civil in the short term, it may lead to feelings of resentment or unfulfillment if the individual continually suppresses their needs for the sake of others. Recognizing and addressing the root causes of this desire for harmony can help individuals express themselves more authentically without sacrificing their peace of mind. 3. A sense of selflessness, prioritizing others' comfort over their own. One of the most noticeable qualities of people who let others go ahead is a deep sense of selflessness. These individuals often prioritize others' comfort, needs, and happiness over their own, and they do so without even thinking twice. They believe that putting others first is the right thing to do, and their natural inclination is to make sure others feel valued and cared for. Deeper insight, selflessness is a beautiful quality, but it can sometimes stem from a deeper need to feel important or valued through the act of giving. These individuals often find meaning in their ability to be of service to others. However, this habit of always putting others first may cause them to neglect their own emotional or physical well-being. Over time, they might feel taken for granted or even invisible, as their personal needs go unmet. While selflessness fosters connection and builds strong relationships, it's important for these individuals to practice self-care and set boundaries. Understanding that it's okay to prioritize oneself is a crucial step toward ensuring that their generosity remains sustainable and fulfilling. 4. Strong personal boundaries. Creating balance in the face of generosity. It may come as a surprise, but many individuals who let others go ahead in line also possess strong personal boundaries. They understand the importance of maintaining clear limits in their relationships, and their willingness to let someone else go first is not rooted in a lack of self-respect. Instead, it's a reflection of their ability to choose when to let go and when to stand firm. As we've seen, the individuals who consistently prioritize others often do so from a place of deep care and selflessness. However, it's crucial for them to understand the importance of balance. True kindness involves knowing when to step forward as well as when to step aside. By learning to prioritize themselves just as much as others, they can continue to offer genuine, meaningful kindness without feeling depleted or taken advantage of. Deeper insight: the people who let others go ahead are often well-versed in the art of balance. They know when to assert themselves and when to take a step back. These individuals have learned to navigate the complexities of social dynamics without feeling compelled to sacrifice themselves. Their generosity is a conscious decision, not an unconscious pattern. One of the hallmarks of strong personal boundaries is the ability to recognize when self-sacrifice is genuinely beneficial and when it might lead to resentment. People with strong boundaries are aware that they can't pour from an empty cup and will make intentional choices about when to say no in order to preserve their own energy and needs. 5. A desire to be liked, the need for social approval and harmony. For some, the act of letting others go ahead stems from a deep-seated desire to be liked. These individuals may unconsciously seek validation through their behavior. In their minds, stepping aside and allowing someone else to take the lead is a way to garner favor and make others feel indebted to them. Deeper insight. People-pleasing tendencies often drive this behavior. The desire to be liked can create an overwhelming urge to avoid conflict and always make others feel comfortable. While it's natural to want approval, people who are motivated by this desire can find themselves overextended, saying yes when they really mean no, and ultimately feeling unappreciated for their efforts. This habit often goes hand in hand with low self-esteem or fear of rejection. By learning to embrace their worth and letting go of the need for constant approval, these individuals can foster more authentic relationships and ensure they're not constantly sacrificing their own needs to earn affection. 6. Discomfort with taking space. The struggle to assert themselves. People who let others go ahead in line often have a subconscious discomfort with taking space. This may stem from a sense of inadequacy or an aversion to drawing attention to themselves. They may feel that their own needs are less important than others, and as a result, they defer to others in order to avoid taking up space or appearing too assertive. Deeper insight. This habit can be a result of deeper psychological factors, such as low self-worth or a fear of judgment. For these individuals, the idea of taking up space, whether physically or emotionally, feels uncomfortable or inappropriate. Over time, this can contribute to a pattern of self-doubt and avoidance of asserting one's needs. Learning to embrace one's own space and voice is essential for personal growth. By understanding that it's okay to assert oneself and take up space without guilt, individuals can build a healthier sense of self and create more balanced, authentic interactions. 7. An idealistic view of human nature, seeing the best in people. Some people let others go ahead because they genuinely believe in the goodness of humanity. They see the world through an idealistic lens and feel that offering others opportunities, whether in line or in life, is an expression of kindness that will be reciprocated. They hold on to the belief that if everyone behaved this way, the world would be a better, more compassionate place. Deeper insight. Idealism is a beautiful trait, but it can sometimes lead to disappointment. These individuals may expect others to reciprocate their kindness in ways that don't always happen. When their kindness isn't met with the same level of generosity, they can experience frustration or disillusionment. Learning to balance idealism with realism is crucial in maintaining emotional well-being. While believing in the inherent goodness of others can foster positive relationships, it's also important to recognize when to protect oneself from exploitation or neglect. Idealism should be tempered with practical wisdom to ensure it doesn't lead to personal burnout. 8. A fear of being perceived as self-centered, protecting their image. Lastly, some people let others go ahead because they fear being perceived as selfish or self-centered. They are concerned about how their actions will be viewed by others, and as a result, they constantly prioritize others' comfort and needs over their own. This habit stems from a strong desire to maintain a positive image and avoid being seen in a negative light. Deeper insight. The fear of being perceived as selfish is often rooted in insecurities or lack of self-acceptance. These individuals may overcompensate by constantly deferring to others in an attempt to prove they are good and considerate. However, this fear-driven behavior can lead to feelings of exhaustion, resentment, and a sense of losing their authentic selves. Building self-acceptance and confidence is essential for overcoming this fear. When individuals learn that it's okay to prioritize their own needs without guilt, they can cultivate more genuine, balanced relationships. Conclusion: the delicate balance between kindness and self-respect. Letting others go ahead in line might seem like a small gesture, but it often reflects much deeper emotional and psychological habits. These 8 subtle behaviors reveal not only the kindness and empathy of those who exhibit them, but also their internal struggles with boundaries, self-worth, and social expectations. As we've seen, the individuals who consistently prioritize others often do so from a place of deep care and selflessness. However, it's crucial for them to understand the importance of balance. True kindness involves knowing when to step forward as well as when to step aside. By learning to prioritize themselves just as much as others, they can continue to offer genuine, meaningful kindness without feeling depleted or taken advantage of.